In 2014, Jeffrey Epstein tried to get close to Hermes. Yes, that Hermes, the luxury house, the one that produces the Birkins and the scarves. And that brand obviously represents, as we know, the pinnacle of European craftsmanship and discretion. And Epstein wanted in. He wanted the association. He wanted the legitimacy that comes with proximity to a brand like Hermes. Now, the CEO at the time, Axel, not Alex, Axel Dumas, knew who Epstein was and he ignored him. You see, royal family, it can be done. But Epstein didn't stop. 2 years later, in 2016, he tried another approach. And what he did was that he made a very large donation to the Hermes Charitable Foundation. If he couldn't get access through the front door, he would buy his way into philanthropy. But Alex Dumas returned the money. Round of applause for Axel, and I keep saying Alex. Axel Dumas. Let that sink in. A luxury brand CEO returned Epstein's money after his conviction, after he was registered as an FEX offender. The answer was no, firmly and finally. So why can't the royal family do the same? Let's understand what Axel, yes, I got it right this time, what Axel Dumas did. Now, Epstein was a known quantity in 2014. His 2008 conviction for procuring an underage girl for prostitution was public record. He was a registered sex offender, and anyone who cared to look could see who he was. Remember, I've been screaming, I've been shouting about due diligence. Due diligence. Right, let's move on. Hermes said no. They said, we want no meetings, we want no association, and we do not want a relationship with you. Thank you very much. So when Epstein tried again in 2016, using philanthropy as a backdoor, Axel closed that door too. The money was returned and the message was clear. We do not want your money. We do not want your association. We do not want you anywhere near our brand. That wasn't complicated. Yeah, it's not complicated to do. It didn't require committees or investigations or lengthy deliberations. It required basic due diligence that I've been screaming about and basic ethics. That's it. That's all is required to keep unsavory people out of your life. And someone at Hermes probably asked, who is this person? And maybe they went on Google, maybe they just asked around and they found the answer and they acted accordingly. A luxury goods company managed to do what the royal family apparently could not. And then the royal family found themselves in a situation where they had to start paying credible accusers of Prince Andrew. That's it. That's the end result. And the family that couldn't find kindness for Meghan managed to find £12 million for Prince Andrew. But anyway, let's move on. So for me, we need to look at what the royal family did during the same period, because I'm comparing and contrasting. And as everyone knows, I'm passionate about luxury brands. And for me, the royal family sits at the very pinnacle of a luxury brand. So they are a heritage brand, a luxury brand in their own right. So during this same period, in 2010, 2 years after Epstein's conviction, Prince Andrew was photographed walking with him in Central Park. This was after conviction, after the registration as an offender, after the world knew who Jeffrey Epstein was. Andrew maintained the friendship, stayed at Epstein's properties, and continued the association. And when Epstein donated to causes connected to the royals, was that money returned? No, it wasn't. When he sought access to the institution, was he firmly rebuffed? No, he was not. When Andrew went as trade envoy representing the UK to China, Epstein was dictating to Andrew what he should be doing out there. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Andrew, in return, was passing really sensitive information back to Epstein about banks, about British brands, about British banks. Unbelievable. So, and as you can imagine, the royal family, with all its resources, with all the intelligence services, all its advisors and courtiers and communications professionals, could not manage to do what Axel Dumas, CEO of Hermes, did, and that is return the money, investigate. They didn't do any of that. They did not say no, they did not return the money, and they did not close the door. And I will say this again, it raises a fundamental question for me about due diligence. Hermes is a luxury goods company. Many people that sell things, they just go, they don't care who they sell to. But Hermes cared so much about its reputation that they investigated, because their primary business is making beautiful objects for wealthy people. They are not a government. They are not an intelligence agency. They are not backed by the same resources that the British state is backed with. And yet they managed to identify Jeffrey Epstein as someone to avoid. They managed to reject his advances several times, and they returned his money. The royal family, on the other hand, they have access to the 3 alphabet services. I don't want to mention them here because I don't want to get picked up in my house. They have protection officers who monitor threats. They have courtiers whose job it is to manage relationships and reputation. They have centuries of experience of navigating elite social circles, and yet they could not say no. So either due diligence failed catastrophically, or due diligence was done and it was ignored, or there was no due diligence at all. And none of these options reflect very well about the institution. So as we know, Epstein used philanthropy strategically. He donated to universities, to research institutions, to charitable foundations. And these donations bought access, they bought legitimacy, and they bought silence. And kudos to Hermes, especially Axel Dumas, for returning the money. Kudos to them, because they managed to do what our royal family couldn't do. Anyway, let me have your thoughts, please. My name's Elizabeth. I'm the author of The Luxpreneur. And for more insights like these, please like, share, comment, and follow me. And to support my work, please pick up a copy of my book, The Luxpreneur, today from Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or from Waterstones. That's the third one. I always forget the third one. And as an alternative, you can also buy me a coffee. Yes, if you visit buymeacoffee.com/Elizabeth Solaru, you can buy me a coffee, and you can buy yourself a copy too. And you can buy yourself a cup of coffee too. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comments, please. And I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who is supporting my work. Your comments, your likes, your shares are deeply, deeply appreciated. So thank you so much.